Hi, today we're going to learn how to make a needle felted puffer fish. Just a cute little item that you can make and use your needle felting skills. This is what comes in the kit that you get from Natural Fiber and Yarn Company. We're located in Grand Rapids, Ohio along the Maumee River. We encourage you to look us up on Facebook or better yet, come to our shop in Grand Rapids, Ohio. One of the things I want to talk to you about is the needle that you're going to use. It's very sharp at the end and it has these little barbs on it so that when you plunge it into the fiber and pull it back out, these barbs pull the fiber back out. This is what helps tangle the fibers together and actually felts them together. My advice for people who are brand new is that whatever amount of fiber you think you need, you probably need half of that, so be mindful of that. And when you're doing multiples of anything, I suggest that you pull out all the tufts of fiber that you need. It kind of helps you be consistent. What you see here are the steps that we're going to go through. I'm going to go through them pretty quickly, but they're all basically the same. And you also see the amount of fiber that you'll need at each one of the steps. Very first step we're going to do is we're going to add the little dots to your puffer fish. So you're going to take a little tuft of fiber here. You're going to wrap it around your finger. You're going to pull it off your finger. You're going to fold it in on itself. Tuck in the little fuzzies. Place it anywhere you want on your puffer fish. And take a couple stabs, being mindful of where the needle is compared to your finger. After about 3 or 4 stabs, you can let go of it. And then you start just felting around the edges. You can kind of drag the stray fibers and tuck them in. Make sure that you tuck into the center because you want it felted really well. And very, very quickly, you can see that you can have a dot on your puffer fish. Next, what we're going to do is the cheek. So we have a large piece of fiber here. We're going to pull off a little bit, probably about, 2 inches. I'm going to divide that in half because I'm going to have 2 cheeks. And I want them to be symmetrical. I'm going to wrap that around my finger. I'm going to pull it off. I'm going to fold it in half and fold it again. And I'm going to set it right next to the other one. And I'm going to take a few stabs around the outside. I'm going to move my finger. I'm going to stab down the side. And now you can let go and you can start stabbing and felting all the way around. And you're going to want to make sure that you stab in the center and make it felted really well. And sometimes you're going to have to go back to the first one that you attached because you want them to be symmetrical. And you can change the shape of them. So when you're done, you're going to have 2 cheeks and a bunch of dots on. The next thing we're going to do is add the eyes. For the eyes, you're going to want about half the amount of fiber that you used for the cheeks. So I'm going to pull off some fiber. I'm going to divide it in 2. I'm going to wrap it around my finger. I'm going to pull it off my finger, fold it, tuck those under. I'm going to put it right above the cheek. It's harder to see with the white because I'm putting white on white, but you'll see later we're going to accent it in black. The process is the same. You take a few stabs at it while you're holding on to it, then let go and go around it. Make sure you needle felt in the center. When you're finished, it looks like this. You can see this one needs to be felted in the center more. It's fine. When you have 2 of them on, they look like this. And you see on this one, we added both black and then a little green to the eye. This really makes the eyes kind of come to life. You're going to use the same technique. You're going to take a little bit of fiber, wrap it around your finger, place it on the eye, do a few stabs around it, stab in the middle, make sure you get it felted on there well, and then you can add the green as an accent. What we're going to do next is add the accent around the eye here. So this is the black. It'll look like this. You need very little fiber, really less than this. I'm going to stretch it out. I'm going to place it around the eye, all the way around. And where I have excess fiber, I'm going to pull that off. And then you're just going to take this and very gently needle felt around the edge. It's going to give an accent. It's really going to make your eye stand out. And you can see it take shape really, really quickly. You can just use your needle to drag that black fiber where you want it to go. You can add more if you need it. It's hard to take it away, but you can felt it in. When you're finished, it looks like this. Next, we're going to do the lips. For the lips, you start off with a fairly large piece of fiber. This is too much, so I pulled it apart and I got less of it. And you're going to start felting in the center, and you're going to pick it up and turn it over. And you want to make sure that you do that a lot, otherwise you're going to felt to your work surface. And this is too wide, so I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to felt like this. And I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to felt some more. And you're going to keep doing that. And then you'll see this edge I've already folded over. What I did here is that I felted a line across here. I then folded this fiber back on itself, and I felted here. I picked it up off my work surface. I felted the back of it. And you can just keep doing that. You're going to want to get these strays all in here. What it looks like when you're done is, well, you're not quite done yet, but it gets smaller and smaller as you felt it. And then you see what I did here is that this is about the size that I want. And this is enough to do the top and lower lip. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clip about 1/3 of it off. This is going to be my lower lip. This is going to be my upper lip. For the upper lip, I'm going to fold it so that it really kind of goes partway up the cheeks. And I'm going to start at the ends. And I'm going to tuck those in there really well. I'm going to felt all along the cheek line, get that lip stuck up in there. And you can either do the bottom or the top lip first. It's up to you. I've done them both ways. And you're going to watch where your thumb's at and where the needle's going. The more you do that, the more it'll get stuck in there. And then you're going to take the bottom lip and you're going to tuck it right in here. And you can make a nice little opening so he's kind of like, I don't know, got an O to his mouth or something. But you're going to tuck the ends in here. You're going to tuck all along the base and really get this end in here so you don't see that cut edge, and felt that in there nicely. But you can see it starts to take shape pretty quick. This is what this guy's mouth looks like when it was done. So he's got kind of a tiny mouth. You'll see he's got the outline around his eyes. And the only thing we've got to do now is add the fins. So the fins are the same way. Start off with a large piece of fiber. This is really kind of too much, but you can make both the side fins and the tail all at once. You're going to felt in the center. You're going to lift it up, turn it over, felt in the center. Again, spend much more time than I am on it. You're going to fold this over. It's going to look like this. Fold it over. You're going to continue to felt until you get a nice little shape like this. And then you can cut this so that you end up with a couple different pieces. And what I like to do on the fins is to give them a little shape. So I'm going to fold this in half, and I'm going to felt right up along the edge and down the bottom, probably a 1/4 inch up the edge, a 1/4 inch along the bottom. And what that does is it just gives it a little kind of dimension to it. And then you're going to place it on the side of your puffer fish, and you're going to felt along the edge there. You got to hold on to this for just a little bit. You're going to felt along the outside of it, and just keep going until you really feel that that's attached. Now obviously I'm only doing a couple stabs here, and you can see it attaches already. That is not felted enough for your kids to play with and for it to, you know, be on there strong. So keep going. And then you're going to do the same thing to the next one, and then you're going to do one to the tail, and before long you're going to have a completed puffer fish. And you can see the variety of puffer fish you can make. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in Grand Rapids, Ohio at Natural Fiber and Yarn Company.